Yeah. Okay. So let us now again start ahead with this one beta. That there was some glitch. I hope now it has been rectified. Okay. So we were discussing about the question that has been asked from this Krebs cycle web beta G. That only 5 carbon compound is the alpha ketoglutarate. We have also studied that the rate limiting enzymes that the limiting enzymes beta. Okay, so yeah, coming to rate limiting enzymes beta. Rate limiting enzymes in the Krebs cycle. Best answer will be beta alpha ketoglutarate dehydrogenase complex, isocitrate dehydrogenase, and citrate synthase. Alpha KGDH complex is actually the most important rate limiting enzyme over here. Vitamins that are required from this Krebs cycle we have already studied earlier beta. These are the vitamin B1, B2, B3 and B5 because these are parts of alpha ketoglutarate dehydrogenase complex. Only SLP, my dear friends, it is the succinate thiokinase, only hydrogenase or SDH. Please remember net gain of ATP per turn of the Krebs cycle. We all know it is 10 ATP, but from one molecule of glucose we will have the 20 ATP. All know it will give you 32 ATP, 7 glycolysis, link reaction 5, and Krebs cycle 20. But if it is done in the RBC, then the link reaction and the Krebs cycle cannot take place due to absence of mitochondria, and oxidative phosphorylation that was supposed to give you 5 ATP, those are also not produced. So 7 minus 5 also in glycolysis, there will be only 2 ATP coming. One pyruvate under complete breakdown under aerobic condition 12.5 ATP, and anaerobic, my dear friends, it is actually 0 ATP. 0 ATP. Three blockers are there beta. These are some old question. Please remember at least malonate blocks the succinate dehydrogenase. Logical question, we cannot convert acetyl CoA back to the glucose. And why Krebs cycle is in an amphibolic pathway? Because we have studied that the Krebs cycle, my dear friends, we have got both catabolic and the anabolic role. Catabolic role, my dear friends, it is a breakdown of the acetyl CoA to form 2CO2 and 10 ATP. Anabolic role we have studied at least two, please remember beta. One is oxaloacetate going for gluconeogenesis, and the another one is the succinyl CoA going for heme. But whenever succinyl CoA is going for heme synthesis, at the same time these four amino acids can also regenerate. These four amino acids beta can regenerate. These four amino acids can regenerate, my dear friends, our succinyl CoA. If you take out one succinyl CoA, we will regenerate total four new succinyl CoA, so that the Krebs cycle succinyl CoA concentration cannot be depleted. And this compensation is actually called as anaplerotic reactions. And amino acids that can form on important point to be noted beta, that and 18 to 72 hour mark, my dear friends, phosphatase reaction will stop at the level of the glucose 6 phosphate, and it will now enter into bypassing the first reaction of the glycolysis, and you are directly coming into production of the glucose 6 phosphate. This glycolysis is giving you 8 ATP. 1 ATP virtually it will be gained over here. You are doing it after the production of either glycogenolysis or gluconeogenesis. In glycogenolysis in the muscle, there will be net gain of one more ATP extra. So the answer will be beta 8 ATP. And these 8 ATPs are actually important for muscle contraction beyond the first minute. So please remember over here beta, that whenever we have this sort of question, that what is the best source of energy for 100-meter sprinters, please remember the best answer will be creatine phosphate. Second best answer will be glycogen, because 100-meter sprints are basically completed within 1 to 2 minutes better, and trained athletes can learn how to utilize this creatine phosphate for longer time. Today morning also we have seen the same thing. Creatine phosphate up to 1 minute, then glycogen will take over. Pathway is not that much important, beta ji. Please try to remember the important question over here. We have got this alpha 1,4 bond formation, glycogen synthase, and bond breakdown is mainly by glycogen phosphorylase. Branching enzyme is glucosyl 4,6 transferase. You are transferring from alpha 4 to 1,4 to 1,6. So fourth, we have studied that both pathways common enzyme is phosphoglucomutase, but gluconeogenesis last step and liver glycogenolysis last step, both are same beta. That is, so they will trigger the foreign body reactions, and it can also causing cirrhosis more than third one. Important expected question topic is beta is von Geerk's disease. This is what the point that we have to remember over here beta. Von Geerk's disease, very very important. Von Geerk's disease. Von Geerk disease, early presentation, late presentation. Early presentation, we have to understand the child is basically going to present, my dear friends, with fasting type of hypoglycemia. We have just now studied job of the liver glycogen is to maintain blood sugar level in between feeds up to 18-hour mark. ग्लाइकोजन लिवर में उतना ही होता है जिसके थ्रू वो 18 आवर्स तक ग्लूकोज लेवल को मेंटेन करवा सकता है इन आवर ब्लड. It is that much amount of glycogen which is necessary for up to 18 hours. That is how it is designed by the God, only up to 18 hours. But if the child 6-phosphate back to liver, some amount will also go for the HMP shunt pathway. Whenever it is going for glycolysis more, there is higher chance of lactic acidosis as well. Hyperlipidemia, why? This is a tricky thing. Please try to understand why there is hyperlipidemia. Source of hypo will happen in starvation. There is breakdown of our fats. As there is will also come into blood and it will cause hyper. Will also enter some amount of the glucose 6-phosphate will also enter my whose name will now produce more of purine. Will do with that much of purine? Ultimately, the same purine will be now also be broken. That's why in patients of von Geerk disease beta, there is higher chance of hyperuricemia. However, if you want to see gout, you have to wait for minimum 6 months. Late presentation, as there is a problem of glycogenolysis, von Geerk disease enzyme is for glucose 6-phosphatase deficiency. So problem only with genolysis, higher chance of hepatomegaly, और ये hepatomegaly इतना ज़्यादा भयंकर appearance. In galactosemia also there is possibility due to deposition of galactose 1-phosphate, but here it is due to deposition of the seen with naked eyes beta. हम लोग इधर देख सकते हैं बेटा. Important point to be noted. Then please remember over here there is the classical pot belly appearance that we can see in this patient. खाली आंखों से देख के ही पता लग जाएगा because there is a massive enlargement of glycogen. That's why you cannot store too much of glycogen. Some amount of the glycogen will be also given to the kidney. And whenever there was hyperlipidemia due to increased mobilization of the fats, once fats are coming into the blood, some amount can also get deposited under the subcutaneous tissue and it can cause xanthoma formation. Most common site is over the buttocks, and अगर गालों के नीचे जमा हो गया, then it will call it as chubby cheeks or classical doll-like faces type of appearance. Whenever this is getting deposited over here beta, doll-like faces appearance is classically seen in these patients. Try to understand. This is the classical image based questions of the cola color urine. ये कोक नहीं होता है बेटा, हर कोला कोक नहीं होता, हर कोक कोला नहीं होता. Please try to understand. Jokes apart, we have got type 5 glycogen storage disorder presents with myoglobinuria and we get classical cola color urine. These bubbles that you are seeing over here, it will not disappear with time. This will be present over there because of myoglobin in urine. Cori's cycle, please remember it is for the transfer of lactate to the liver for gluconeogenesis. Cori's cycle, my dear friends, it is in the cytosol. Wow, how it happens gluconeogenesis? Lactate first it is getting converted to pyruvate, but this lactate to pyruvate conversion beta it is done by LDH enzyme. LDH enzyme. So lactate himself will not enter into mitochondria. He first get converted to pyruvate in the cytosol, and then pyruvate enters into mitochondria. For that, pyruvate carboxylase reactions for gluconeogenesis. As pyruvate himself never ever enters into mitochondria, so Cori cycle, my dear friends, it is done within the cytosol. Coming to the GLUT or GLUT beta, for four locations, skeletal insulin beta. Please try to understand uptake of glucose in liver, uptake of glucose in gallbladder, uptake of glucose in pancreatic beta cells is not under the control of insulin. That's why GLUT2 in general, my dear friend, it is non-insulin dependent or insulin independent, non-insulin dependent. Please try and understand this point beta. All of us know GLUT2 insulin independent. In the dependent on insulin, in general, GLUT2 is not insulin dependent. In our kidney, reabsorption of the glucose, first we have this SGLT2. Whenever, then it has to enter back into the blood from the kidney, and that time it is actually one is present in the intestine for the absorption of the glucose. So now brought down to 155 mg per dl, will be brought down to 155 mg per dl. Pathway to glycolysis, we know these are producing two major compounds, pentose sugars and NADPH plus H plus. These are the organs. Maximum NADPH concentration is seen in the lens. We know the pathway can be divided. Oxidative phase gives you G6PD, and G6PD is the rate limiting enzyme of gluconeogenesis, bile acid and respiratory burst. Respiratory burst. These are the five functions of NADP H plus H plus. And in this one, we have studied the trans-ketolase enzyme of like our ribose 5 phosphate. This guy will go for DNA RNA synthesis, but trans-ketolase, my dear friends, it is dependent on vitamin B1, and this can be actually acid for understanding vitamin B1 deficiency. So assessment of B1 deficiency in India can be done by RBC transketolase activity. However, in the respiratory burst, please try to understand the enzyme name has been asked, that which enzyme actually produces this H2O2 for killing the bacteria. From NADPH H plus two hydrogen will be added with these two oxygen to form H2O2, and this H2O2 further can generate free radical, and this is the guy who will be killing the bacteria. So the enzyme that is producing H2O2, answer is NADPH oxidase system. NADPH oxidase system. Coming to the next important point beta, reduced glutathione. Reduced glutathione that we have over here, glutathione is produced from three important amino acid, glutamate, cysteine and glycine. There is a special bond between glutamate and cysteine. That's why the full name is beta gamma glutamyl cysteanyl glycine. Only this gamma glutamyl part we have studied, that this is actually transferred from glutathione to any other substrate by the help of GGT enzyme. GGT full form is beta gamma glutamyl transferase. Gamma glutamyl group is transferred by this enzyme, but this gamma glutamyl group will come from this glutathione compound, that is gamma glutamyl cysteine glycine. ग्लूटाथायन इस ग्रुप को देगा, जीजीटी इस ग्रुप को ट्रांसफर करवा के किसी फर्दर सबस्ट्रेट्स को कैरी फॉरवर्ड करेगा. प्लीज ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड. ग्लूटाथायन विल डोनेट दिस ग्रुप, जीजीटी विल कैरी दिस ग्रुप. प्लीज रिमेंबर इट इज a called a pseudopeptide. Important beta, very important, that G6PD gives you NADPH plus H plus, which will convert oxidized glutathione to reduced glutathione. Reduced glutathione, my dear friends, can be converted back to water by utilizing the hydrogen from NADPH plus H plus to go back to water. Toxic compound to safe compound. Toxic compound to safe compound. अगर किसी पेशेंट में G6PD का डेफिशिएंसी हुआ, NADPH plus H plus will not be produced, its concentration will go down. Similarly, reduced glutathione, this guy's concentration also will be going down. And then H2O2 cannot be detoxified. This H2O2 will increase. produces free radical, damages RBC membrane, causes hemolytic anemia. Most common cause of hemolytic anemia in India is beta G6PD deficiency. Please remember, followed by the second one, pyruvate kinase deficiency. So what is the difference between mechanism beta? Pyruvate kinase deficiency, failure of sodium potassium ATPase pump. And over here beta G, please try and understand, there is deficiency of this reduced glutathione. This is the guy over here that is getting low level, which will cause hemolysis. Any condition that and Plasmodium falciparum, my dear friends, Plasmodium falciparum, my dear friends, basically needs the reduced glutathione for its own survival. So if Plasmodium falciparum can detect that in a person's bloodstream we have those RBCs which are actually not having reduced glutathione, so those RBCs will be spared, rather it will attack the healthy RBCs. So it is offering some protection, but actually it is not a protection, because it can also attack the good or healthy, to be seen in those patients PD deficiency, bone endemic. And before the travel for, I hope all of you remember this Wernicke's there till you die, it should be remembered over there beta. We have studied two things together, they are present, that chronic alcoholism. So Wernicke-Korsakoff syndrome is caused due to B1 deficiency. Understand beta, that is the principal source of B1 in our body. Please remember this point beta. But Goa plus beta, then please remember these guys, we have to choose the answer as delirium tremens, alcohol withdrawal. After 72 hours of alcohol withdrawal, we get to see this beta, usually on the day 4. Please remember, important point, Goa confabulation and sympathetic overactivity, delirium tremens. Selenium deficiency, two disorders names are there beta, Khashan disease and Kashin-Bek disease. Please remember, selenium excess is not Kashin-Bek. Selenium excess is called as selenosis. Kashin-Bek disease is not selenosis. Kashin-Bek disease is a different disorder beta, where we have degenerative osteochondropathy. Whenever we are removing, whenever coming to proteins beta, whenever we are removing nitrogen from our body, it can be removed in three different ways. Either urea 95%, uric acid and creatinine remaining 5%. That has been asked as a question in your exam. Talking only about the question points beta G, please try to look over here, that disulfide linkage, it is between two cysteine amino acids, and name of this new amino acid is called as cysteine. Please remember, cysteine. We have also heard about some questions like basic amino acid. Basic amino acid mnemonic is beta, his basics are loose. Most basic is arginine. Please try to understand beta. Aromatic amino acids can absorb ultraviolet rays, and tryptophan being most aromatic, it will absorb maximum ultraviolet rays. Amino acid proline, latest question, proline prevents, rule of PR, proline prevents proper protein fold, prevents proper प्रोटीन फोल्डिंग प्रोसेस, मतलब प्रोटीन फोल्डिंग को रोकेगा ये प्रोलीन. दिस इज नॉट ए गुड टाइप ऑफ एमिनो एसिड बेटा, बिकॉज इट विल इंट्रोड्यूस किंकिंग और बेंडिंग इंस्टेड ऑफ फोल्डिंग इज डन बाय ग्लाइसिन. Abnormal folding will be done by proline. Please try to understand, my dear friends. Glycine is a good guy that will actually allow the folding to take place, whereas proline will be actually not able to do so. Please remember, important point to be noted, they destabilize both alpha and leucine. Most non-polar leucine. Uncharged polar are good souls, are truly the God's children due to presence of some special groups. Coming to metabolism question beta, please remember, leucine is 100% purely or only ketogenic. 100% purely or only ketogenic. Please try to understand beta, important point to be noted. And this leucine, my dear friends, you might heart, this is actually stabilizes cardiac functions. This basically stabilizes for heart. Leucine is actually beta good for heart. Stabilizes cardiac function. It is an essential amino acid beta. Cardiac functions. Important point to be noted. Both gluco and ketogenic, we have got late titai fish beta, very important point. Lysine, tyrosine, tryptophan, phenylalanine, and iso. This histidine, my dear friends, contains some imidazole ring which can, that's why histidine. About hat test or hut test, hat test or hat frank proteinuria. Whenever we have got huge amount of protein coming out in the urine, we can heat it out and we can see this coagulation. However, whenever we have normal, जब बहुत ज़्यादा प्रोटीन यूरिन में बाहर आएगा तभी हमारे पास हैट टेस्ट becomes positive. However, all of us know बेटा, microalbuminuria is one of the earliest manifestations of kidney damage. To diagnose them, we have to look for this MCQ test beta, that is called as UACR, urinary albumin creatinine ratio. Urinary albumin creatinine ratio. Microalbuminuria cannot be detected by HAT test, but UACR can detect the microalbumin in the urine. That's why the unit is in gram. Albumin normally it is not that much in higher amount, it is only in milligram beta, that's why it is milligram of albumin. Less than 23 males, इसी को उल्टा घुमा दो, less than Mia, please try to understand. Moderately increased albuminuria. Moderately increased albuminuria. These are some old question, don't want to waste time on this beta, इसको एक बार देख लेना. Hydrogen bonds basically guides a protein into folding process. Proline destabilizes. Glycine helps. Glycine will allow folding. Proline will prevent fold with tertiary structure. Example beta G is myoglobin and albumin. Skin keratin is softer than nail because of less number of disulfide linkage. Coming to prion disease. Prion most commonly is the Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease. These prion proteins, they will have normal primary but abnormal tertiary. Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease, our Simpsons both has got two types of abnormal proteins. In Alzheimer's, it is का जो precursor protein होता है, that is more dangerous. Please try to remember this. Parkinson's, remember one name, alpha synuclein. Please remember, both Parkinson's and Alzheimer's are reported due to our abnormal folding, but they are not prion disease. Coming to collagen beta, expected question topic, it will come in your exam beta ji, that most abundant protein in our body, we know collagen, plasma protein hai to albumin, and most common amino acid is glycine. Three chains together here will form tertiary structure. Here we have talked about the sequence of GlyXY. Glycine is the most abundant amino acid. Collagen to collagen, we require hydroxylation, because in collagen, hydroxyl group containing amino acids are normally missing, like tyrosine, threonine, serine. These are not present in the collagen structure. So as they are not present, we have to create the hydroxyl group for hydrogen bond formation. That's why we are having modification of proline and lysine to hydroxyproline and hydroxylysine. This is called as post-translational modification, and this is done by mainly vitamin C. Vitamin C, very very important question beta. Deficiency of this called as scurvy. ये दुनिया का पहला disorder है बेटा. First disease in the whole world was scurvy. First inborn error, alkaptonuria. First disorder is our scurvy. Sir James Lind, great guy, he has first seen what scurvy is, and he has also published and proposed the treatise on scurvy. In scurvy, we have problem of primary structure to go for delayed wound healing in over there, but it is not seen over here in case of scurvy. This is how you differentiate between the two. Please try to understand. Collagen cross-linking, tertiary to quaternary, we require lysine to get changed into lysinaldehyde, lysyl oxidase, copper containing enzyme, Menkes kinky hair syndrome beta, ATP7A gene mutation. ATP7A gene mutation. Here also the name is copper binding ATPase, but ATP7B also copper binding ATPase. Location was liver and hepatobiliary tree. Here this is in our intestine for absorption of copper. So copper transporter deficiency will be seen in Menkes-Kinkeher syndrome. Wilson disease and Menkes-Kinkeher are totally different. Wilson disease copper is excess. Wilson disease copper is excess. Excess copper will come out in the urine. Excess copper comes out into the urine because there is not able to go in the stool. Wilson disease. That's why we check for urinary copper estimation in case of Wilson disease. However, here copper is not absorbed from our intestine. So here it is a deficiency of the copper in the blood. Try to understand. In Wilson disease, copper will increase, decrease in blood. Totally different scenarios. ATP7B, 7A, totally two different type of job. Although it is copper binding ATPase, but it will act as copper transporter. So here we have proline and lysine to hydroxyproline and hydroxylysine. This is called as post-translational modification, and this is done by mainly vitamin C. Vitamin C, very very important question बेटा. Deficiency of this called as scurvy. ये दुनिया का पहला disorder है बेटा. First disease in the whole world was scurvy. First inborn error, alkaptonuria. First disorder is our scurvy. Sir James Lind, great guy, he has first seen what scurvy is, and he has also published and proposed the treatise on scurvy. In scurvy, we have problem of primary structure to go for secondary structure. That's why primary onwards, secondary, tertiary, quaternary, nothing is formed. This is a severely weak collagen, and it will present with gum bleeding, petechial hemorrhage or pinpoint hemorrhage. Sometimes there can be also teeth loss can be seen because of decreased membrane integrity. So question comes, delayed wound healing is associated with vitamin C. However, another mineral that is also associated with delayed wound healing, answer is zinc. Please try to understand. Zinc deficiency also can cause delayed wound healing. Zinc deficiency causes acrodermatitis enteropathica, where we have also dermatitis as well as we have our GI tract problems, but there is also diarrheas and all. So please try to understand. By this we can actually differentiate between zinc deficiency and vitamin C deficiency. Vitamin C deficiency may we have got those gum bleeding and all. Those things are not seen in case of acrodermatitis enteropathica. Diarrhea and dermatitis is seen over there, but it is not seen over here in case of scurvy. This is how you differentiate between the two. Please try to understand. Collagen cross linking, tertiary to quaternary, we require lysine to get changed into lysinaldehyde, lysyl oxidase, copper containing enzyme, Menkes kinky hair syndrome beta, ATP7A gene mutation. ATP7A gene mutation. Here also the name is copper binding ATPase, but ATP7B also copper binding ATPase. Location was liver and hepatobiliary tree. Here this is in our intestine for absorption of copper. So copper transporter deficiency will be seen in Menkes kinky hair syndrome. Wilson disease and Menkes kinky are totally different. Wilson disease copper is excess. Wilson disease copper is excess. Excess copper will come out in the urine. Excess copper comes out into the urine because there is not able to go in the stool. Wilson disease. That's why we check for urinary copper estimation in case of Wilson disease. However, here copper is not absorbed from our intestine. So here it is a deficiency of the copper in the blood. Try to understand. In Wilson disease, copper will increase in the blood. In Menkes kinky, copper will decrease in blood. Totally different scenarios. ATP7B, 7A, totally two different type of job. Although it is copper binding ATPase, but it will act as copper transporter. So here we have got tertiary to quaternary is unable to do. That's why we have got weak collagen, kinky or curly hair. Collagen types वगैरह एक बार देख लेना बेटा. Joint capsule has been asked as a little recent question. Vitreous humor of eye, my dear friends, we know cartilage. Old mnemonic of scab is no longer useful because they have asked joint capsule, they have also asked vitreous humor of eye. Type 1 defect, my dear friends, we have those osteogenesis imperfecta. Type 1 collagen defect, collagen 1A1 gene mutation, osteogenesis imperfecta, brittle bone disease, blue sclera. Brittle bone disease, blue sclera. You can see this image based questions. Blue sclera को एक बार देख लेना बेटा. Important kyphoscoliosis, bowing of legs, osteophytic growth. Osteophytic growth are these area where they can fuse on their own, but again it can break from this area. ये जुड़ेगा बाद में फिर से यहीं से ही टूटेगा. Please try to understand. That's why frequent fractures in bone, brittle bone disease. This image can be also seen in case of rickets. However, in rickets we have got wrist widening. Wrist widening, my dear friends, is an important feature that can differentiate between these two. However, vitamin D deficiency and calcium will definitely be mentioned for rickets. Please try to understand this point. Type 2 chondrodysplasia. Type 3 and 5 defects are seen in case of Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. In Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, please remember the alphabet E, A, B, C, D, E, fifth alphabet. Please try to understand. Most common collagen defect in EDS, answer is type 5 collagen. In the E, we have got three strokes in E. Second most common collagen defect is type 3, that is also in the most fatal EDS. मोस्ट फेटल ईडीएस, इसी को ही लोग बोलते हैं बेटा रबर मैन सिंड्रोम। रबर मैन सिंड्रोम, हाइपर स्ट्रेचेबिलिटी ऑफ द स्किन, हाइपर स्ट्रेचेबिलिटी ऑफ द स्किन, they can also pull their chin like this beta, hyper stretchability, hyper extensibility of the joints, and frequent bruising with scratches or minor trauma. If you rub against any hard surface, again there can be ecchymosis or bruising seen in these patients. Type 4 एल्पोर्ट सिंड्रोम, 4 को उल्टा घुमा दो, 4 को उल्टा कर दिया एल्पोर्ट, 4 को उल्टा कर दिया एल्पोर्ट सिंड्रोम. Please remember, most common finding we have is hematuria. Glomerular basement membrane will have basket weave appearance beta, basket weave appearance. SNHL is seen, aphasia is also seen. ये सुन नहीं सकता, बोल नहीं सकता, aphasia is also seen beta. Please remember, anterior lenticonus also can be seen. 6 and 7 joint defect. If there is a joint defect of 6 and 7 beta, then there is dermoepidermal junction gap will increase. Gap will increase. The gap will increase between them. Tissue fluid can get accumulated over here. It can cause blisters formation. Frequent fractures, osteogenesis imperfecta. Frequent bruising, a Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, frequent blisters formation, epidermolysis bullosa. Marfan syndrome, mnemonic is Marfan beta. Please try to understand. F से याद रखना, fibrillin 1 gene mutation, fibrillin 1 gene mutation. Chaperones assist in protein folding process. Their examples are HSP70, HSP60 and PDI, protein disulfide isomerase, protein disulfide isomerase, protein disulfide isomerase. Please remember, in the immunoglobulins we have got antibody in primary response IgM, antibody in secondary response IgG, can cross placenta IgG. It can save the first fetus from any infection, but it can also kill the second fetus if there is Rh incompatibility. Rh isoimmunization is the cause of those fetal hemolysis, neonatal jaundice, miscarriages, all those. That's why after the first childbirth, giving the injection is very, very important to save the second child. IgA secretion, nasal, oropharyngeal, any secretory antibody, IgA, mucosal barrier, IgD, B cell, plasma cell को receptor, plasma cell का receptor, IgD, IgE, my dear friend, immediate type of hypersensitivity, allergic reaction, as well as anaphylaxis reaction. Anaphylaxis reaction, important point. Most abundant IgG, but largest size is IgM. Multiple myeloma. Please try to understand multiple myeloma. It is a disorder of B cell neoplasm beta. Multiple myeloma जो होता है ना बेटा, please try to understand this is a disorder of B cell neoplasm. B cell मतलब प्लाज्मा सेल का कैंसर वगैरह को हम लोग बोलते हैं मल्टीपल माइलोमा. In this plasma cell cancer there is mainly overproduction of IgG. There is mainly overproduction of IgG, and here we actually have disproportionate production of light and heavy chains. Light chains of immunoglobulins are produced more. This kappa and lambda, they will be produced more. More kappa is produced than lambda. Please try to understand over here. And this excess light chains which are extra, because kappa and lambda, these are need in equimolar portions to produce and bind with the heavy chains. अगर ये जरूरत से ज़्यादा हुआ, this kappa and light chains now will come out in the urine, and then we have BJP, Benz-Jones proteinuria. This can be detected by two urine tests. One of them is Bradshaw test, which is not done nowadays, much better. Another one is Jacobson and Milner test, which is more specific. Take the urine sample in a water bath in a glass test tube. Keep the temperature between this 45 to 58 degrees Celsius. You will see BJPs are getting precipitated. BJPs are getting precipitated only at this temperature. Less than 45 dissolved. More than 58 also dissolved. Only precipitation at this particular one of the important test. However, for diagnosis we have to go for gold standard technique, that is serum protein electrophoresis. We will take a glass slide, we will pass the electric current. Please try to understand here, between gamma and beta we have got this M band, monoclonal or myeloma band. If you pass this glass slide through a densitometer in the computer, it can also show you some spike like pattern. This is called as M spike. M spike is nothing but by utilizing a computer software beta, where immunoglobulin G will be basically getting overproduced over here, whereas naked eye से glass slide में we will be able to see the M band. M band खाली आंखों से दिख जाएगा. एम स्पाइक के लिए आपको कंप्यूटर में उसको फीड करना पड़ेगा. प्लीज ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड. एम बैंड एम स्पाइक इज सीन इन केस ऑफ मल्टीपल myelofficiency. This family, they have money to buy only carbohydrate, so they will feed more of carb. Child will फूल जाएगा. Child will become swelled up because of excess fat formation. Excess consumption of carbohydrate makes you obese. This sort of appearance is called as fat sugar baby. Fatty appearance due to sugar overconsumption called as fat sugar baby. We have heard about this. Edema will be predominant over here because of lack of protein. Generalized edema is called as anasarca. Flag sign in here. Alternate white and bands. Flag sign in here. Skin में cracks आएंगे, flaky paint appearance of the skin. Late stages, as they are fed with only carb. If you eat too much of carb, you will get dependent on carbohydrate and you will try to eat more. जो लोग ज्यादा चावल ठूसते रहते हैं वो लोग खाते ही रहते हैं. Please try to understand, my dear friends. Once we are eating too much of carbohydrate, you will get addicted to carbohydrate beta, and these patients also will have show voracious appetite at a later stage as well. Yes, late stage में voracious appetite. Here late stage में loss of appetite, early stage voracious appetite. However, if they ask you this combo, voracious appetite plus edema, if you see marasmic kwashiorkor is present in the option beta, this is a better answer than plain kwashiorkor. Recently asked question in your exam. Marasmic kwashiorkor, third variety of protein energy malnutrition. Kwashiorkor, marasmus, marasmic kwashiorkor. These three are non-existent now because of new things SAM and MAM. Please remember. Mr. cycle, gamma glutamyl cycle, absorption of neutral or non-polar amino acid, glutathione dependent, GGT dependent. Neutral or non-polar amino acid. Amino acid pool is a conceptual point. Hope you guys remember this point better. Coming to intercellular protein degradation, lysosomal degradation, suicidal back, selective degradation by ubiquitin, mark of death. Amino acid degradation will have to be done in three different ways beta: transamination, oxidative deamination, and the urea cycle. Oxidative deamination can be possible only with one amino acid, glutamate. So all other amino acids, by the process of transamination, will be first changed into glutamate, because step number 2 is possible only with glutamate. So this glutamate, my dear friends, now will undergo oxidative deamination. Amino group of glutamate will be released in the form of ammonia. This ammonia, being a toxic guy, will be immediately captured by the urea cycle to come out in the urine, safe form. This is in 3 sequence. Please remember: transamination reaction, Bronsted-Kritzman reaction beta. Alanine will be changed into pyruvate. Alpha ketoglutarate will be changed into glutamate. Aspartate will be changed into oxaloacetate, and alpha ketoglutarate will be changed into glutamate. Amino acid number 1 changes to keto acid number 1. keto acid number 2 changes to amino acid number 2. This is what happens in case of transamination beta. अगर एक अमाइनो ग्रुप से आपने अमाइनो एसिड से अमाइनो ग्रुप को हटा दिया, this will be converted to keto acid, and the keto acid which is receiving the amino group will be converted to now amino acid. All the new amino acid has to be called as glutamate because glutamate can perform the second step of oxidative deamination. These reactions are dependent on transaminase enzymes as well as the vitamin B6. Role of B6 over here is called as ping pong bye-bye reaction. Ping pong bye-bye reaction. Please remember, second step, glutamate to again release this ammonia by the glutamate dehydrogenase reaction, oxidative deamination reaction beta. And here we have ammonia ke sath sath the byproduct is alpha ketoglutarate, which will be taken back in the Krebs cycle, because in transamination you are utilizing alpha ketoglutarate from the Krebs cycle. That's why it is your responsibility to give it back within the Krebs cycle. Please remember, so Krebs cycle can be inhibited in neurons by utilizing the alpha ketoglutarate, particularly seen in case of hyperammonemia. इसी से बचने के लिए we have got a backup process that is called as safe ammonia transport. Remember two question of safe ammonia transport beta. Safe ammonia transport means that from most tissues and brain, ammonia will be captured as glutamine, then it will be given to the liver, and from skeletal muscle ammonia will be captured as alanine and it will be given to the liver. And this alanine, once it comes to the liver beta, once it comes to the liver over here, this alanine first it will undergo transamination to give you glutamate. Glutamate will release the ammonia, but the byproduct is pyruvate that will be going for gluconeogenesis. One by the glucose alanine cycle or Cahill cycle, it is converted to glucose. So whenever we are performing severe exercise, our muscle amino acids are broken down, there is release of ammonia. To capture this ammonia, we will produce alanine, and this alanine, once it comes to the liver beta, it will be again converted to pyruvate. This can go for glucose. So gluconeogenesis can be also seen in a well-fed state whenever we are performing heavy exercise. Please remember, can also be seen in a well-fed state. Urea cycle steps are important beta. We have studied over here that only catabolism where ATP is utilized, because from a smaller compound we are going into a larger compound. Only catabolism where ATP is utilized over here beta. इसको थोड़ा एक बार देख लेना. Please try to understand. These are the points that we have over here. Urea has got NH2CO NH2. First is coming from ammonia, second group is coming from aspartate. First amino group capture by the first step CPS1 requires 2 ATP. Second amino group capture by the aspartate requires 1 ATP. Total for one molecule of urea production we will require 3 molecules of ATP. First step is the rate limiting step where we have carbamyl phosphate synthetase 1, CPS1. This will combine with a orange color guy known as ornithine to form citrulline. CP plus ornithine together will form citrulline. This will come out of the mitochondria. Then within the mitochondria, after the series of reactions beta, it will convert it to arginine to urea by hydrolysis of the arginine. But during the hydrolysis, there is production of ornithine. So urea is produced in the urea cycle during breakdown of arginine. That is true. But also during production of ornithine. That is also true. Try to read the question what they have asked beta, and the fumarate that goes out, it will be again coming back to the cycle, because first it will go to Krebs cycle, malate, oxaloacetate. By transamination it is converted to aspartate. Last FMG exam question also has been asked beta, that aspartate can also go back to form oxaloacetate. That is the normal transamination reaction that we have studied over here. Please remember, urea bicycle where the two pathways are getting connected with each other, fumarate will go out, aspartate will come in. 3 types of disorders we have studied in the urea cycle disorder beta. Type 2 hyperammonemia is more important because this is the most common type that we be seen in India beta. Here compensatory mechanisms are positive, that's why glutamine level will try to increase up, and orotic aciduria can be also seen because excess carbamyl phosphate can enter into the pyrimidine synthesis pathway. However, question comes, triple H syndrome is seen due to ornithine transporter 1 defect, due to ornithine transporter 1 defect, ORNT1 defect, triple H syndrome. Please remember, in this particular point, let me just make you remember one more time, beta ji. Just try to understand over here. Just a moment, beta. Yeah, yeah, here we have studied. Just try to understand over here. Yeah, so we have studied about the individual amino acid metabolism beta. Let me just quickly make you remember the MCQ points, that from tyrosine we have actually got four different type of products beta: catecholamines, T3, T4, glucose ketone body, and melanin. Rate limiting enzyme of catecholamine synthesis is tyrosine hydroxylase. Overall tyrosine metabolism answer is also tyrosine hydroxylase. Overall tyrosine metabolism also tyrosine hydroxylase. Four steps of catecholamine synthesis are very important beta. Tyrosine से dopa by hydroxylation by biopterin. Dopa to dopamine decarboxylation by vitamin B6. Dopamine to noradrenaline, again one more time hydroxylation, but this time it is by vitamin C and copper. And please remember, noradrenaline to adrenaline, it is by methylation by our Sam uncle. Methylation by our Sam uncle. Important point. Please remember this point, beta. It has been asked multiple times in your exam. Four steps of catecholamine synthesis. Tyrosine se dopa, hydroxylation by biopterin, dopa se dopamine, decarboxylation by B6, dopamine to noradrenaline, it is by हाइड्रोक्सिलेशन बाय विटामिन सी, साथ में यूज होता है कॉपर. एंड लास्ट स्टेप, नॉर एड्रेनालिन मिथाइलेशन टू फॉर्म एड्रेनालिन बाय आवर सैम अंकल. Vitamin C overall will be a better answer than vitamin B6 over here beta. Vitamin C is a better answer than vitamin B6 over here. Tyrosinase enzyme in the melanin production, it is dependent on the copper, and deficiency of this copper leads to flag type of hair. Flag sign in hair, it is seen in kwashiorkor. Flag type of hair, it is seen in case of our copper deficiency. Copper deficiency. Coming to PKU beta, phenylketonuria, we don't have to go and mug up all those things. Just try to understand beta. Mousy musty odor in urine is seen in case of phenyl acetate beta. These three phenyl ketones can cross blood brain barrier. That's why we have severe mental retardation. That's why we have the IQ lower than 25, somewhat between 30 as well. So that's why we call them as idiot. Two type of enzyme deficiency can cause this: classical PKU in children, non-classical PKU mainly in the adult. Please remember, they ask you question mainly on the decreased production of the melanin over here beta. Decreased production of the melanin. Skin eczema chances are higher. Hair, blonde color hair. All the clinical features or deficient products from tyrosine you can reverse by giving synthetic tyrosine, except the decreased melanin synthesis, because increased phenylalanine in the liver will inhibit the tyrosinase enzyme. Inhibit the tyrosinase enzyme. Limb spasticity is one of the early feature. Diagnosis में we can check for the level of the plasma phenylalanine level beta, which has to be waited for almost 6 months to become more than 20. Early diagnosis can be done by tandem mass spectroscopy, that is considered as the gold standard technique, or inborn error in metabolism beta, where immediately after birth or even before the childbirth, by taking the amniotic fluid sample, we can see the presence of the excess phenylalanine in the amniotic fluid. But for that we have to go for tandem mass spectroscopy. Then Guthrie test, one of the screening tests that we have. Ferric chloride test also is one of the non-specific test. Question has come, ferric chloride test is positive for phenyl pyruvate. Phenyl acetate gives you mousy or musty odor in urine. Phenyl pyruvate that can also come out in urine can make you ferric chloride test positive. Can make you ferric chloride test positive. Best treatment of PKU, my dear friends, we can remember that it is to stop phenylalanine in the diet rather than adding tyrosine. Tapioca, cassava can be given in adult. Aspartame should be avoided. साथ में we can go for tablet biopterin. Tyrosinemias, 3 questions only has been asked beta. Please remember, cabbage like, mushroom like, or rancid butter smell in urine. It is seen in type 1 tyrosinemia due to deficiency of this enzyme fumaryl acetoacetate hydrolase. Fumaryl acetoacetate hydrolase. Fumaryl acetoacetate hydrolase. Type 3 called as neonatal tyrosinemia. Type 3 is called as neonatal tyrosinemia. And please remember, one of the variant type of this presents with Hawkinsinuria, which is called swimming pool odor. And please remember, type 3 can be supportive care given by giving the vitamin C supplementation. Vitamin C supplementation can be used for type 3. Vitamin C supplementation. Please remember, beta. Important point to be noted over here. Alkaptonuria, usually asked in your FMG exam beta. Black urine disease, part of Garrot's tetrad, first inborn error. Enzyme deficiency, homogentic acid oxidase. Homogentic oxidase, usually seen in the adults, however can also be seen in the children or pediatrics as well. Increased homogentic acid has got two fates. If it comes out in the urine, pale straw, cola color, then finally becoming black. But if it is getting deposited in our soft tissues, it will cause something known as ochronosis. 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 Please remember, these are the most common sites beta. Pinna of ear, intervertebral cartilages, lumbosacral spine. Then we have got knee joint cartilage, including patella, cornea, sclera, and palmoplantar pigmentation. Palmoplantar pigmentation. Mainly these patients are going to have pain around these joints that can be managed by NSAIDs. Sometime if it is a radical treatment required, we might have to replace the knee joint totally by total knee replacement. These are the image based questions. Palmoplantar pigmentation, please remember this point beta. This has been asked in your FMG exam. This point to be noted, यहाँ पर हमारे पास हो सकता है. Try to look here, zone of calcification on the X-ray, and this is a person undergoing total knee replacement. 3 urine tests that can confirm the presence of alkaptonuria beta. No blood test over here. Color change, ferric chloride test positive, and as homogentic acid is reducing in nature, that is also positive over here. Basically we have to go for symptomatic treatment. Albinism, tyrosinase deficiency that we have over here beta. We can have loss of color in all those areas where we have those melanin deposition, and we can have also decreased eyelids color, Dracula like eyes. Tryptophan, my dear friends, we have got 3 major things which is coming from the tryptophan. One is our serotonin. Beta. Second is melatonin. Third is nicotinic acid or niacin. As B3 can be produced in our liver, so essentially it is not a vitamin. Tryptophan, niacin sparing amino acid. Only 3% pathway goes for this. 60 milligram dietary tryptophan produces 1 milligram of niacin. 4 Ds of pellagra, जिसमें dermatitis is the first sign that starts around neck. We call pellagra itself as rough skin. This is the classical Cazals necklace image. However, most commonly they will give you this image that we have to mark the answer and choose the diagnosis as pellagra. However, we have also studied there are some other causes of the pellagra beta. One of them is vitamin B6 deficiency. Second one is argentophenoma. Third one, my dear friend, we have studied is heart nerves disease. These are the other 3 causes where we can also see pellagra. Please remember, argentophenoma, malignant carcinoid syndrome, instead of 1%, 60% of the tryptophan will be entering into this pathway, and these are the sites from where this argentophenoma or carcinoids can arise. Clinical features will be intermittent diarrhea, hot flush, as well as sweating, but also it can lead to pellagra. Please remember one more time beta, if this pathway is normally 1%, it will allow this pathway to become 3%. If this becomes 60%, remaining 40% will be taken care by this pathway, and it will not allow this 3% pathway going for the niacin production. So जब ये पाथवे 60% ट्रिप्टोफैन को यूटिलाइज कर लेगा, वो इस 3% ट्रिप्टोफैन को इस पाथवे में नहीं आने देगा, एंड देयर इज ऑल्सो चांस ऑफ प्रोडक्शन ऑफ विटामिन B3 deficiency causing this. Important question, gold standard diagnostic technique that we have beta, it is not any tumor marker over here beta, we have to check for the level of the 5-HIA. What is 5-HIA? 5 hydroxy indole acetic acid. 5 hydroxy indole acetic acid, because this guy will come out in urine more than 500 mg per day. Please remember, heart nerve disease, tryptophan transporter defect. Here we have either indoles or scatols, or we can have indicanuria, light blue color shade in the urine. Light blue color shade in the urine. Important point is pellagra. Obermeyer test can be useful for their detection. Sulfur containing amino acid metabolism beta, very important point. Please remember here, please remember the role of SAM. Who is SAM? SAM is beta Mr. C3P3 RND production. Mr. C3P3 RND. Who are Mr. C3P3 RND beta? Melatonin, creatine, carnitine, catecholamine. Creatine, carnitine, catecholamine. 3P, protein, phosphatidylcholine, polyamine. Protein, phosphatidylcholine, polyamine. RND stands for RNA, D stands for DNA, बीच में आ गया neurotransmitter. Neurotransmitter. These are the guys which are derived from SAM. SAM will produce these guys. SAM is dependent. Please try to understand better for the production of these guys. Please try to understand, my dear friends. Important Mr. C3P3 RND. इस वाले pathway में once SAM has donated the methyl group, it is a universal methyl group donor beta. And please remember, homocysteine will be produced. It is a toxic guide. Either it should be coming till the level of cysteine, or it should be allowed to go back till methionine. If it is coming till the level of the cysteine, we require CBS and B6. Cysteine should go for glutathione and taurine production, and homocysteine to methionine, it is not, methyl group is not coming from SAM, because methionine will be converted to SAM. Here we are talking about regeneration of homocysteine to methionine. So this methyl group will not come from SAM beta. This methyl group will be basically coming from our B9 B12 combo. B9 B12 combo. That's why, my dear friends, B9 and B12 should be always given together. Otherwise, B9 after production of the methyl tetrahydrofolate, after the production of the methyl tetrahydrofolate, it will not be able to release the methyl group in absence of B12. B12 is required to take out the methyl group and himself becomes methyl cobalamin. This methyl group is further given to homocysteine to get it converted to methionine, so that B12 can also become free. So B12 is the major player over here beta. B12 खुद भी फ्री हो रहा है, साथ में B9 को भी फ्री कर रहा है. Methyl group, once it is added with the B9, only guy who can remove this methyl group from B9, it is our B12. So that's why B9 and B12 should be always given as a combo. If there is a deficiency of this B12 beta, then B9 will be trapped along with a methyl group in the form of methyl tetrahydrofolate. That entity, my dear friend, is called as folate trap. B12 deficiency can cause functional folic acid deficiency. Folic acid deficiency will not cause B12 deficiency. It is B12 deficiency that can cause folate deficiency. Please remember this point beta. Important point to be noted over here. इसको थोड़ा सा ध्यान देंगे. Please remember this. Important step. We have also studied homocystinuria. It is classically seen in two types beta. One is the CBS enzyme deficiency, cystathionine beta synthase enzyme deficiency. Another one is beta B6, B9, B12 ka deficiency. We have studied the mnemonic for this homocystinuria beta. One more time, please try to understand beta, that homocystinuria beta, they look as Marfan but also show other great complications. Tall stature, lens dislocation, downward lens dislocation beta, please make a note of this. Accelerated atherosclerosis, Marfan looking like patient, that's why Marfanoid habitus we have. Then we have mental retardation, blue sclera, long fingers arachnodactyly, seizures, stroke. We also have got osteoporosis. Please try to understand, osteoporosis patients can also present with fish mouth vertebra. Fish mouth vertebra के लिए please try to understand बेटा, osteoporosis will be a better answer. If homocystinuria patients are having osteoporosis, then they can also have fish mouth vertebra. Please try to understand. If the choice is given between osteoporosis and homocystinuria, ऑस्टियोपोरोसिस अलोन शुड बी मार्क्ड एज ए बेटर आंसर. ऑस्टियोपोरोसिस में ही दिखता है फिश माउथ वर्टिब्रा बेटा. इट इज ए नॉन स्पेसिफिक फाइंडिंग बेटा. इट इज सीन इन मेनी कंडीशंस. प्लीज ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड. सिकल सेल एनीमिया, थैलासीमिया मेजर, बहुत सारा चीज में हमारे पास ये फिश माउथ वर्टिब्रा दिख सकता है. But please remember, most of the cases we are having this osteoporosis. If in homocystinuria you have osteoporosis, then it can also have fish mouth vertebra. It can also have fish mouth vertebra. So in an MCQ, if osteoporosis and homocystinuria both are given, then please choose the better answer for fish mouth vertebra as osteoporosis. G से हमारे पास है glaucoma, C से cataract, Charlie Chaplin gate. Charlie Chaplin gate. Please try to understand Charlie Chaplin. Diagnosis: plasma homocysteine level can be checked, and treatment we have to go for high cysteine diet, B6, B9, B12 combo, and tablet of B10. Tablet of B10. All these three things should be given together in this patient of homocystinuria. Cola urine is seen in cystinuria beta. Cola urine. This is not cola color. Cola urine along with cysteine, three other things are coming out because they are also dependent on the same transporter. So cola urine, cystinuria, and lysine and arginine both are basic amino acids beta. That's why question comes dibasic amino aciduria. That's why question comes beta dibasic amino aciduria. It is seen in case of cola urine. Seen in case of beta cola यूरिन. इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट. प्लीज ट्राई टू रिमेंबर दिस पॉइंट बेटा जी. ध्यान देंगे इस चीज को. वेरी 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 इंपॉर्टेंट. प्लीज रिमेंबर. हिस्टिडीन मेटाबॉलिज्म, फिग्लू एक्सक्रीशन टेस्ट, ओल्ड क्वेश्चन फॉर फोलिक एसिड डेफिशिएंसी. हिस्टामिन प्रोडक्शन, process name is decarboxylation. Process name beta is decarboxylation. Branch chain amino acid metabolism disorder, we have got beta maple syrup urine disease. Deficiency of this oxidative decarboxylation, we have BCKD enzyme complex defect. And please remember, BCKD enzyme complex defect, there is branch chain ketonuria seen over here, and this branch chain ketonuria beta, it is also going to present with this peculiar odor that is called as beta burnt sugar smell in urine. Burnt sugar smell in urine. Diagnosis beta is done by DNPH test. This pathway is absent in the liver, most commonly seen in skeletal muscle. Isovaleric acidemia, we have a peculiar odor called as sweaty feet odor. Called as beta sweaty feet odor in our body fluids. Sweaty feet odor in our body fluids. ग्लाइसिन से क्वेश्चन हम लोगों ने देखा था. स्टोरी ऑफ आवर लाइफ बेटा. ए हार्ट फुल ऑफ केयरलेस सेंटिमेंट्स यूजुअली फेल्स बैडली. We have got no asymmetric carbon atom, that's why optically inactive. H say heme synthesis. F say flexibility of proteins, that's why it will also help in folding beta. Proline prevents protein folding. Glycine will allow protein folding. Please remember, C say creatine and collagen synthesis. S say we have got simplest and smallest. 3 U are there, purine, glutathione and hippuric acid production. Fa folic acid along with B6 are required for its own synthesis, and BA stands for beta bile acid conjugation. BA stands for bile acid conjugation. Creatine beta, it is a tripeptide, just like glutathione was GCG. Creatine it is GAM, glycine, arginine and methionine in the form of SAM. Production starts in kidney, completed in the liver. Storage is done in the muscle in the form of creatine to creatine phosphate. But whenever it comes to the question of coming out of the body, this creatine and creatine phosphate both, my dear friends, are getting converted to creatinine, and this creatinine, my dear friend, it is coming out into the blood. Ultimately it is filtered by the urine, and this urine will be releasing out this creatine in the form of creatinine. Creatine can increase in our blood in case of whenever we have डिक्रीज्ड फंक्शनिंग ऑफ द किडनी, अगर किडनी ठीक से फंक्शन नहीं किया तो ये यूरिन में फिल्टर नहीं होके ब्लड में वापस आएगा. सो एनी लेवल ऑफ इंक्रीज ऑफ द सीरम क्रिएटिनिन लेवल इज ए वार्निंग साइन दैट योर किडनीज आर नॉट हेल्दी. It might require some active intervention. In males, it is up to 1.4 normal in the blood. In females, it is up to 1.3 normal in the blood. If you want to start Atkins diet, do check your creatinine level and it should be in the normal range. Maximum acceptable is less than 2. Please try to understand arginine metabolism. Important question that we have targeted over here, beta. Arginine metabolism. Name of the enzyme is NOS. There are three types of NOS: NOS1, NOS2, NOS3. NOS1 brain prevent platelet aggregation, prevent platelet aggregation, vasodilation, and prevent platelet aggregation. Please try to remember this point. It can also act as a neurotransmitter in brain as well as it can kill the bacteria. 1 and 3 are under the control of calcium. However, number 2 is not controlled by calcium. It is controlled by cytokines like interleukin 1 and TNF alpha. Mode of action of nitric oxide beta. Please remember the second messenger released over here is our cyclic GMP. Dephosphorylation of myosin light chains. Vasodilation. Vasodilation. Sorbitrate, sublingual sorbitrate that we take, it will increase the release of the nitric oxide by increasing the activity of the NOS3. By increasing the activity of the NOS3, that's why it is given in the treatment of angina pectoris. Which one is not a polyamine beta? Cadaverine is not a polyamine, and these guys are derived from ornithine and SAM. These guys are derived from ornithine and SAM. Ornithine and SAM. DNA RNA synthesis. Please try and understand beta. These are calcium initiation, calcium progression. Trimethylamine is also called as fish odor syndrome. Also called as beta fish odor syndrome due to deficiency of the enzyme FMO3. Due to deficiency of FMO3. These are the 6 odors that we have beta. Sweaty feet odor, isopyretic acidemia, burnt sugar smell, maple syrup urine disease, cabbage mushroom or rancid butter smell in tyrosinemia type 1, mousy musty odor phenylketonuria, rotten fish smell trimethylamine, and swimming pool odor Hawkinsinuria. Hawkinsinuria. These are the most common questions that we have to target beta. From the lipids, basically they ask you some one-liner question. Let me just put you through the most important points of this beta. Lipid, actually the number of questions are little less beta. Please remember chylomicron beta we have studied. It is produced within our intestinal mucosal cells. Intestinal mucosal cells by joining with ApoB48. Question over here. By ApoB48. They will be finally coming into the blood and they are carried as chylomicron and they will go for the sites of beta oxidation. Beta oxidation. Please try to understand beta oxidation. Maximum beta oxidation is seen in the heart, but if you consume more than what you require the fats, some amount can be also deposited in our adipose tissue to cause storage. Once you are storing this adipose tissue fat, that means you are forming our family pack beta. It is very difficult to get rid of that because you have got two options: either go for strenuous exercise in the gym or go for intermittent fasting. This is well acceptable one. कुछ ना करके भी बहुत कुछ कर लेंगे. Please try to understand intermittent fasting, because glucagon will activate this GPCRGS and it will help you the production of cyclic AMP. Cyclic AMP protein kinase A will be activated and this enzyme will be activated to its phosphorylated form, that is the active form. What is HSL? Important question. HSL beta is hormone sensitive lipase. HSL beta, it is hormone sensitive lipase. HSL is beta hormone sensitive lipase, and please try to understand over here this hormone sensitive lipase is actually activated सबसे ज़्यादा is by glucagon. Most important hormone to activate this guy will be our glucagon itself beta. However, this can be also activated by glucagon alike hormones like epinephrine, steroid hormones, corticosteroids, and thyroid gland hormones. That's why hypothyroidism patients are actually obese. But hyperthyroidism patients, if T3 T4 is higher, they will work on the adipocytes beta and it will mobilize the fat. Hyperthyroidism वाले patients पतले होते हैं, दुबले होते हैं. Hypothyroid patients are actually fatter or obese because thyroid hormones actually will cause mobilization of the fat. So hormone sensitive lipase is activated by epinephrine, thyroid hormone, corticosteroid, but the best answer is glucagon. But it is inhibited by normally insulin. Sometimes they don't give you the option of insulin beta. There we have to mark the answer as prostaglandins. Please try to understand beta. Prostaglandins can inhibit this enzyme. These four hormones, glucagon, epinephrine, thyroid hormone, and corticosteroid, can increase the activity of hormone sensitive lipase. This is how the break beta. Stored fats are broken down in the form of Z proteins. They will come into the heart and it will be broken down. One albumin can carry 10 free fatty acid. All of you know beta. This activation requires some ATP, fatty acyl CoA, carnitine shuttle. Talking about the question, rate limiting step is this shuttle itself, and this is the enzyme CAT1. CAT1, my dear friends, is the rate limiting enzyme. CAT1, my dear friends, is the rate limiting enzymes. CAT1, my dear friends, rate limiting enzyme. Please remember, this is how they will come back to our acyl CoA will be coming. Acyl CoA, my dear friends, will be coming from the intermembrane space to the mitochondrial matrix through the help of the shuttle. You don't have to mug up the names. Just remember the location of the enzymes. CAT1 is in the outer membrane. CAT2 and translocase are on the inner membrane of mitochondria. Carnitine is actually produced from vitamin C by the help of these two amino acids, mainly lysine and methionine, that is the SAM. Lysine and methionine. पूरा का पूरा methionine use नहीं होता है. Only the methyl group from the methionine that is coming in the form of SAM. So Mr. C3P3 RND, 3C, creatine, carnitine, catecholamine. Carnitine is also coming from SAM. From the beta oxidation proper pathway, only one old questions has been asked are beta is about this number of ATP that you don't have to remember beta. Final end product of odd chain beta oxidation is propionyl CoA. Propionyl CoA is the only fat that can be converted to glucose. We have seen this coming to the disorders beta. डिजॉर्डर्स में ध्यान देंगे, ये जो ऑर्गेनिक एसिड्यूरियाज होते हैं उसमें से वन ऑफ द इंपॉर्टेंट मोस्ट कॉमन इन इंडिया इज MCAT डेफिशिएंसी, मीडियम चेन एसाइल कोए डिहाइड्रोजिनेज डेफिशिएंसी बेटा. MCAT deficiency is the most common one, and this might lead to sudden infant death syndrome. Jamaican vomiting sickness, hypoglycine A. Zellweger syndrome, defect of paroxysmal beta oxidation. And here we have progressive damage of brain, liver, and kidney. There is hypomyelination in brain due to increased accumulation of PUFA, because increase in PUFA can liberate free radicals or reactive oxygen species. Please try to understand in the protein targeting defects, first three names are important. From cystic fibrosis, please remember, cystic fibrosis transmembrane regulator gene mutation leads to this, and we can diagnose it by the help of sweat chloride test. Repsum disease, one liner only from lipids beta. Repsum disease, phytanic acid storage disease, defect of alpha oxidation. Zellweger beta oxidation in paroxysm, Repsum alpha oxidation in the paroxysm, phytanic acid storage disease. Important expected question. By now it should have been imprinted in your mind beta that this question is going to come, and we have to just go and solve this question in our MCQ beta. Please remember, we have studied multiple times beta that B12 deficiency, we can see something known as methyl malonic acidemia or aciduria, only seen with B12 deficiency, not seen with B9 deficiency. Methyl malonic aciduria or acidemia seen only with B12, not with B9 deficiency. This is how you differentiate between folic acid deficiency and our B12 deficiency. One of the important disorder coming from B12 deficiency is beta subacute combined degeneration. subacute combined degeneration beta, where we have combined what, because both motor and sensory tracts are damaged, and you can have Rombach sign and Babinski sign, both are positive over here. This is due to decreased production of SAM. If B12 is deficient beta, there is less production of our SAM. There is less production of the SAM. Please try to understand. And there is failure of arginine residues in our myelin basic protein, due to which these neurological involvements will be there, particularly our tone in our flexor muscles and the extensor muscle will be decreased due to this subacute combined degeneration. B9 deficiency can lead to neural tube defect like spina bifida. Please try to understand this point beta. We will try to target this point from this over here beta. Important question that has been asked in your FMG exam is that during fatty acid synthesis in a well fed state, बीटा ऑक्सीडेशन कैनॉट बी अलाउड. जब फैटी एसिड सिंथेसिस कर रहे हैं ना, जब फैट्स को बना रहे हैं, at the same time breakdown of the fats is not going to happen beta. Please try to understand beta ji. We require malonyl CoA to be produced over here, and this malonyl CoA that is produced by acetyl CoA carboxylase or ACC, acetyl CoA carboxylase or ACC, this is this enzyme over here beta that converts acetyl CoA plus carbon dioxide to malonyl CoA. This guy will produce malonyl CoA, and this malonyl CoA will actually inhibit the enzyme CAT1. Malonyl CoA will inhibit the enzyme CAT1. So fatty acid synthesis, whenever it is increased, beta oxidation has to decrease over here. These are some important points that has been given beta that you can use for your revision. Essential fatty acids, these are actually old question. Please try to understand at least the ideal ratio in is 4:1, and we have to eat lot of omega-3 in our diet. We have to cut down our omega-6 so that we can maintain this normal ratio in our diet. Trans fat is one of the worst type of fat, and maximum permissible limit is actually less than 1% of total fat intake. Eicosanoids are coming from arachidonic acid. Eicosa means 20 carbon. Arachidonic acid, it is giving you this eicosanoid. One liner questions from this phospholipid topic beta. Cardiolipin, please remember it is present in the inner membrane of mitochondria and maintains electron transport chain. And in some disorders, some antibodies might be produced against this body's own phospholipid called as anti-cardiolipin antibodies, like syphilis, Apla syndrome, TB, malaria, and SLE. DPPC, dipalmitoyl phosphatidylcholine beta, it is actually a phospholipid that is modified by 2-palmitic acid lecithin. Please try to understand. Then we have production of the lung surfactant from the type 2 pneumocytes, and for maturity of the lung we have to check the LS ratio, because sphingomyelin is the first phospholipid produced in our lungs. Later it will be changed into lecithin. Lecithin further will be changed into dipalmitoyl phosphatidylcholine or dipalmitoyl lecithin. So at the age of 32 weeks, my dear friends, we have to check for this ratio. If it comes less than 2, then there is high chance of IRDS. Cephalin, remember, involved in blood clotting. Please try to understand this point beta. PAF, platelet activating factor, apart from helping the platelet, it will also be acting as a mediator of inflammatory reactions, hypersensitivity, and anaphylactic reaction. GM1 has been asked 2 times beta. This is a ganglioside. Ganglioside is a glycolipid. This GM1, please try to understand, it will allow the entry of cholera toxin and tetanus toxin through the intestine. So please remember, GM1 serves as a surface receptor for entry of these 2 toxins from the intestine. One with I with I with I, intestine में ये रहता है. Phospholipase A2, it is found in the venom of the viper snakes beta, and this is actually releasing some hemolytic agent that is called as lysolecithin. Lysosomal or the lipid storage disorder. Beta glucosidase Gaucher's disease. Beta galactosidase Krabbe with a double B, that's why it is beta. Fabry, my dear friends, with a single B, it is alpha galactosidase A. One more time, Gaucher's disease, beta glucosidase beta और ग्लूकोसेरिब्रोसाइटिस. बीटा गैलेक्टोसाइडेज अगर हुआ, क्रैबी होगा. अल्फा गैलेक्टोसाइडेज ए, देन इट इज आवर फैब्रिस डिजीज. प्लीज रिमेंबर, फार्बर के साथ याद रखेंगे बार्बर. फार्बर बार्बर, इन आवर शैम्पू वी हैव सेरामाइड, सो फार्बर बार्बर सेरामाइडिस. टेसैक्स डिजीज बेटा, हेक्सोजामाइनिडिस ए, and A plus B we have Sandhoff's disease. Sandhoff's disease. Niemann-Pick disease beta has been asked, sphingomyelinatus. Recently they have started asking some image based question beta. ये जो 4 images in this page you are seeing, these are actually our question. First one is beta, cherry red spot in macula. Cherry tree never grow tall in sands. All of us know the mnemonic. CRAO, central retinal artery occlusion will present with this beta cherry red spot. CRVO will go for tomato splash appearance, that is different type of picture. Second image beta, crumpled wrinkled tissue paper like appearance of the cytoplasm seen in Gaucher's disease. These guys are zebra bodies seen in Niemann-Pick disease. Foam cells in bone marrow also seen in Niemann-Pick disease. Please try to understand, this image is important beta. This is an image of Rothera's test beta, which we can detect the presence of ketone body like acetoacetate. Acetoacetate ketone body, my dear friends, can be diagnosed by the help of the Rothera's test. However, in modern day, we are gradually replacing it by dipstick test, which is much more faster. You just dip the strip, it will change the color, and we can understand the presence of the acetoacetate in the form of ketone bodies. Ketone bodies produced in the liver, but my dear friends, it is broken down in the brain because thiophorase enzyme is absent in the liver. Liver will produce the ketone bodies for brain to be utilized in starvation. Important point to be noted beta. We have studied Benedict test in the urine can detect DKA from SKA. What is DKA? Diabetic ketoacidosis. SKA is starvation ketoacidosis. Rothera's test will be positive in both of them, but as in DKA we have high sugar level, excess sugar will be coming out into the urine, and due to this diabetic ketoacidosis we will also see Benedict test positive beta. Please remember, हमारे पास जब भी starvation होता है, hypoglycemia will be seen, breakdown of fats lipolysis will be seen, ketone body production also will be seen because excess breakdown of fats will give you more of ketone body, but hypercholesterolemia is not seen because hypercholesterolemia is seen in case of well-fed state. Metabolic pathways during fasting we have studied multiple times beta. Please try to revise this point, very important point beta. Metabolic pathways during fasting, 0 to 18 hours we have got those glycogenolysis. After that it will gluconeogenesis that will take over. However, both of these further can be done with some amount of glycolysis. However, here we have only minor beta oxidation, but actual ज़्यादा beta oxidation जो होगा that will be after 72 hours, which will go for this Krebs cycle and ATP production. And here little bit amount of ketone body will be produced, but maximum ketone body production will be seen during the second week of starvation, when we have not eaten any food for almost more than 7 days. So maximum ketone body production second week of starvation, maximum gluconeogenesis between 18 to 72 hours, maximum glycogenolysis in the first 18 hours. Please try to understand this point beta, very important over here. Cholesterol, we have got 27 carbon. At the third carbon of the cholesterol we have an hydroxyl group, and this can go for esterification process beta, very important esterification process. And this esterification will convert the bad free cholesterol to cholesterol ester by this MCQ enzyme LCAT. Lecithin cholesterol acyl transferase. Lecithin cholesterol acyl transferase or LCAT beta ji. Please try to understand this point beta. Lecithin cholesterol acyl transferase. Here we have ApoA1 beta. ApoA1 is the activator of this, and HDL is the further activator of the ApoA1. So this enzyme that is present in our blood or in our plasma beta, please try to understand this enzyme that is present, this enzyme beta that is present in our plasma, this enzyme beta that is present in our plasma over here will capture the free form of cholesterol and it will change into cholesterol ester. HDL will also carry them back, reverse cholesterol transport. Cholesterol synthesis, C for C, it is seen in the cytosol, and all the carbon atoms of the cholesterol are coming from acetyl CoA. The specialized products that can be obtained from the cholesterol beta, we have got steroid hormones, bile acids, bile salts, and vitamin D synthesis in the malphizian layer of the skin. स्किन में एक malphizian लेयर होता है जहां पर इसका सिंथेसिस होगा बेटा. Rate limiting enzyme of vitamin D synthesis, please remember beta ji, that is our 1 alpha hydroxylase. 25 alpha hydroxylase is present in the liver, that is not the rate limiting enzyme. 1 alpha hydroxylase that is present in the PCT of the kidney, please try to understand, that is the rate limiting enzyme. From that lipoproteins chapter, we all know the basic information beta. Please remember, these chylomicrons are coming from the small intestine, VLDL is coming from the liver. One carries exogenous fat, another one will carry the endogenous fat. HDL will take part in the reverse cholesterol transport. LDL is the bad cholesterol because it carries free cholesterol. Question comes, best marker of dyslipidemia. Please remember, this is LDL HDL ratio, and whenever it becomes more than 2, it is denoting atherosclerosis. Average Indian population, we have HDL in the range of 50. That's why target LDL should be always less than 100. But if they ask single best parameter, then the best answer will be LDL. But it is always best to check two things together with the ratio LDL HDL ratio. We have studied beta non-HDL cholesterol metabolism. One more time beta ji, please try to understand. This will not include chylomicron, will not include HDL, will include only VLDL, IDL, LDL. We know how it is done. VLDL is coming from the liver carrying the TAG. At the peripheral tissue level, we have the enzyme lipoprotein lipase, whose activator is ApoC2, and this lipoprotein lipase will allow the TAG to come out of the VLDL and enter into peripheral tissues such as this, and then returned as VLDL remnant. IDL will go back to the liver, and from the liver it will be modified to LDL, carry cholesterol, and it will cause atherosclerosis. Important point beta, at this particular point, IDL has got two protein part, B100 and ApoE. Whenever this IDL enters into this liver, please try to understand over here beta, this ApoE part is actually getting utilized as a receptor for the capture of the IDL, and remaining part is coming out of the liver only as LDL by carrying B100. Although everybody knows LDL protein part is B100, but question has been asked, apoprotein used for LDL production, answer is beta ApoE, because B100 was already present over here. You are utilizing the ApoE for the production of the LDL. That's why ApoE will be a better answer over here. Please remember these points we have discussed earlier as well. HDL, please remember beta, no ApoB. And please remember, recently asked question in your FMG exam, although this B100 and B48, these are the product of the single gene, but we have heard about the process of splicing. Splicing matlab removal of the introns, joining of only exome. There will be shortening of the length. B100 is a protein, 48% of that is called as ApoB48. So question comes, although B48 and B100 are the products of the same gene beta, but they are differentiated due to the process of RNA editing or differential RNA splicing Please remember one more time the question that has been asked beta, ApoA1 activates LCAT, A2 inhibits LCAT, all those things you know. C2 we have seen that are the activator of LPL. Please remember new generation question beta ji, ApoE4 is associated with Alzheimer's disease. ApoE4 is associated with Alzheimer's disease. एंड ये जो छोटा सा शैतान होता है, इसको हम लोग बोलते हैं छोटा सा शैतान, इसका नाम होता है लिटिल रास्केल. दैट इज आवर लाइपोप्रोटीन स्मॉल ए. दिस लिटिल रास्केल इज द कॉम्पिटिटिव इनहिबिटर ऑफ प्लाज्मिनोजेन. All of us know plasminogen gets converted to plasmin. Plasmin will cause breakdown of the clots or the fibrins. So fibrinolysis process is getting inhibited by the little rascal or lipoprotein small a. That's why this lipoprotein small a is highly atherogenic compound. This time, anticipating this question in your FMG exam, please try to remember this point better. Little rascal beta is highly atherogenic, and in Indian patients we are having unusually high level of lipoprotein small a due to some unknown reason beta. Maybe we are carrying some gene which is not yet been identified, due to which we are having this lipoprotein small a. Please remember, one of the way to decrease this is by vitamin B3 or niacin supplementation. Vitamin B3 or niacin supplementation. Lipoprotein lipase we have studied earlier beta. It is present in the peripheral tissue. So absent कहाँ पर होगा? Liver में and small intestine. Small intestine, chylomicron will come from liver, VLDL will come, and they will be giving it to the peripheral tissues. So please remember, so during starvation, as heart LPL is maximum in number and also has got low Km, maximum fats are getting mobilized from the adipose tissue to the heart in case of starvation. We have studied about these two disorder beta. Type 1 is not that much important, chylomicron syndrome. Please remember, type 2 beta expected question topic called as primary familial hypercholesterolemia. Primary familial hypercholesterolemia beta, most common type, also is the most fatal type. Most common type is also the most fatal type, autosomal dominant. There will be definitely some positive family history, and these patients will usually die by the age of 25 to 30 or maximum 35. LDL cholesterol, which is normally in the range of 100 to 120, target I told you less than 100. In homozygous condition, it can even go beyond 1000 mg per dl. Cholesterol will be too much, TAG level will be normal. But in the type 1 disorder, exactly opposite beta. Type 1 में cholesterol normal, TAG high. यहाँ पर cholesterol high, TAG normal. This is how you differentiate between these two beta. And we have some image based questions. All of these images are for the, please try to understand, type 2A. This is corneal arcus. This ring at the peripheral zone beta, ये जो ring है white color, this is LDL deposition. Type 2 xanthelasma near to the inner canthus of our eye, LDL deposition over here beta. These are atherosclerotic plaques. This is our tendon xanthoma beta. This is our tendon xanthoma over the tendo-Achilles tendon, and over the knuckle. Knuckle xanthomas are also in case of type 2A. If it is on this side, it is type 2A. But if it is on the palmar side beta, if it is on the palmar side, there is getting deposition of the LDL. This is actually type 3. In this disorder, we can also see xanthomas over the elbow joint. ये elbow का picture ऐसे लिया गया है. Please try to understand over here, and we can also see over the knee joint. So tuberoeruptive type of xanthomas can be seen over here. Please try to look for this question. Fish eye disease is familial LCAT deficiency. Wolman disease is deficiency of the Lalji. Everybody knows in mist who is our great Lalji. So उनको याद करते हुए lysosomal acid lipase. Please try to understand. Important point to be noted, cholesterol ester hydrolase deficiency, that is also called as hormone sensitive lipase deficiency. A beta lipoproteinemia, absence of beta apoprotein containing lipoproteins. So chylomicron, LDL, HDL, VLDL will be lower. Chylomicron में रहता है B48, LDL, HDL, IDL, VLDL all has apo B100. So as these two B100 and B48 are getting deposited, chylomicron is getting deposited. So the first sign that you will see in these patients will be beta malabsorption of the fats, and due to malabsorption of the fats there will be steatorrhea, and in this sort of patients beta the RBCs will show spine like projections. This spiny projection वाला RBCs को हम लोग बोलते हैं बेटा acanthocytes. Hypo alpha lipoproteinemia beta, also called as Tangier's disease, where serum HDL will be almost close to nil. Serum HDL will be almost close to nil beta. LDL will rise up, and we can see orange yellow tonsils. As HDL, good guy is almost not there. So LDL, the bad guy, will be playing at its own will, and LDL will rise up, which can cause orange yellow tonsils, orange yellow tonsils. Please try to understand. We have also heard about gout beta. Just try to make you remember the important points of the gout. Purine catabolism breakdown, all of you know uric acid. Gout beta ji, try to understand in this way. We have two types of gout beta, mainly chronic gout and acute gout. In chronic gout beta, most commonly there is a pain around our knee joint, and here uric acid level will be increased in our blood, and some monosodium neutral crystals are getting deposited over here. Whereas in acute gout there is some trigger. Most commonly it is the alcohol intake that is the trigger of a patient of shifting from chronic gout to an acute attack of gout. And यहाँ पर क्या होगा बेटा, almost all the uric acids are converted to monosodium neutral crystals, and these are getting deposited in our joints, like the small joints beta, most commonly great toe, and this deposition over the great toe is called as podagra. Podagra, podagra. Please try to understand. So in a patient of acute attack of gout, never ever send the blood sample, because you will not be able to find the uric acid in the blood, because all the uric acid are converted to the crystals and they are deposited in our particularly synovial cavity. One of the least common site that was asked recently in your exam beta, please try to understand. Chronic tophaceous gout, they can also get deposited on the joints of hands beta, joints of hands. Classical history, alcohol history must be there. Please try to understand. Alcohol intake, most common age group of patient is middle-aged elderly male and post-menopausal female, because estrogen is protective. Once estrogen has gone out, then if the lady is consuming alcohol more beta, please try to understand, there is a high chance of this acute attack of gout. And the definitive diagnosis beta, we have to go for needle aspiration of those by arthrosynthesis, where we have to take the synovial fluid. Please remember, needle negative, answer will be gout. Rhombic positive, answer will be beta pseudo gout. Rhombic positive crystals, answer is pseudo gout. Needle negative crystals beta is seen in case of gout. Monosodium neutral crystals, birefringent they are called, because they can show two color beta. We have also seen the image based question. This is an image classically seen in patients of gout beta. ये gout का image है beta, not pseudo gout. Gout image, needle shaped crystals, perpendicular looking yellow, near horizontal they are looking blue. Both are monosodium neutral crystals beta. These things are called as sea of blue, sea of yellow appearance. Sea of blue, sea of yellow appearance. This is an image based questions on the gout that has been asked. Lesch-Nyhan syndrome, one of the peculiar disorder beta, seen only in male child. Female बच्चों में नहीं होगा बेटा, female child में नहीं हो सकता है. Lesch-Nyhan syndrome only seen in patients of the male child beta, and these children are extremely hostile. Remember, if you go for this, you will get this. Please try to understand, my dear friends. We have studied, and one of the important point to be noted over here is that self mutilation. There is chewing of the fingers. Sometimes they will be trying to eat up their lower lip as well, and severe type of things can be seen as the lower lip is entirely missing over here beta, because the child has chewed that lower lip, and this is due to the complete deficiency of HGPRT, hypoxanthine guanine phosphoribosyl transferase. Hypoxanthine guanine phosphoribosyl transferase beta, please try to understand. यहाँ पर हम लोगों ने देखा था there can be kidney stones at an early age and orange sands in diaper. It is in Lesch-Nyhan syndrome. However, orange or pink crystals in diaper, answer will change to orotic aciduria. That is the disorder of pyrimidine metabolism. Last point, please try to understand beta. हम लोगों ने ये pathway वगैरह देखा था, heme synthesis and porphyria. All of us know only 3 porphyrias are to be targeted over here beta. Most important one is beta acute intermittent porphyria. Two enzymes names, HMB synthase and PBG deaminase. 2221 HMB synthase or PBG deaminase. Two symptoms, all of you will remember this beta: acute abdominal pain and neuropsychiatric symptom. two things come out in urine, delta ALA and PBG comes out in urine, and treatment is by beta glucose administration relieve the acute attack of gout. Please try to understand most common porphyria in India overall. It is our porphyria cutanea tarda though, but vampire's disease is known as beta congenital erythropoietic porphyria, where we have the classical triad of red color teeth because of staining, excessive body hair growth, hypertrichlosis, and whenever they are exposed in sunlight, there is photosensitivity. In this vampire's disease, this coproporphyrin 1, this is the guy that will come out in the urine in the vampire's disease beta, whereas these two guys, delta ALA and PBG, will come out in urine in our HMB synthase deficiency, that is acute intermittent porphyria. Two enzymes of this pathway can be inhibited by lead poisoning beta. One is our ferrochelatase, that can be inhibited by lead poisoning. Second is beta this ALA dehydratase, this can also get inhibited by lead poisoning. However, better answer is ferrochelatase, that incorporates iron, it is inhibited by lead. Second best answer, ALA dehydratase, zinc dependent, inhibited also by lead poisoning. So these are the questions beta that we need to target beta ji. Most of the questions will be asked from these topics only. Please try to go for at least 2 to 3 times revision by utilizing this video beta. This video, my dear friends, will be available till the exam date beta. Please try to understand this. We will not remove this beta, this will be there, and please try to focus. And whenever you are revising, keep this video on with your sight, keep the mobile screen on, keep the iPad screen on, and try to turn the pages as and when I am saying, wherever I am going, just try to make the visual memories as much as you can better. The only possible way that we can solve the questions of biochemistry, if we can make visual memories. Visual memories are the strongest memories better. Multiple time if you see this video beta, it is just a 4-hour videos beta, just a 4-hour or 4-hour maybe 15 minutes, 4-hour 15 minutes video. If you see this beta 3-4 times beta, please make some time for this, and whenever you are revising this along the way beta, please remember, definitely all of you will be able to solve all the questions that will be coming from biochemistry beta. So wish you all the very very best beta. Thank you for giving me a patient hearing beta. So wish you all the best. We will meet couple of time, one more times beta, during the T&D session as well as during the golden facts and all. So please keep biochemistry as one of your strong point beta. You have put your effort, don't lose hope. You will be able to solve the question, and definitely all of you will be coming out with the flying colors once the exam are done beta. So wish you all the best. Hats off to all of you. Keep this zeal, enthusiasm intact, and we will shine when the exam is there. We will pass FMG in this December FMG exam. Thank you all for giving me a patient hearing, and go